Welcome back to another Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game video. Good news, it's tech test week.
Let's go.
And now it's just a scram to see if anybody, if you get in. It's already happening on Twitter right now. Some people are already getting let in on the public signups on Steam, which you can do so in the link below.
Yep.
Those are active all the way through the tech test. You can sign up whenever you want. And again, that's only on Steam, just for, the tech tests. But yeah, the people are getting in. People are already getting in, and then it's like, well, what about me?
Yeah, I always have a problem getting it in, so.
Yeah, we made that same joke last time.
I know.
Yeah, just
You're welcome.
Keep the ball rolling.
You're welcome.
But we are having trouble getting in so far. We're not in.
I'm not in.
I'm not too worried about it yet. I think the odds are high. Looks like a lot of codes are going out. So
If I cry hard enough, it will happen, right?
if you send Gun Interactive enough money or Evolve, we can pay Evolve.
I have $3.
that's all we can offer. But yeah, either way, it's looking exciting. Even if you don't get in, or if you don't have a gaming PC, it looks like a ton of content creators are going to be streaming, including a lot of Dead by Daylight ones. So yeah, I'm still curious about how many of these people that are playing Dead by Daylight that are like your top tier Dead by Daylight creators, how many of them are going to make the transfer over to TCM and stay? Right? How many of them stay? That's always the question. But that is not the point of today's video. Today we have a new image inside of the family house, inside of the hitchhiker's bedroom, and a few more explanations on some things in game that'll give you some more details before you dive into the tech test this weekend. Figured we break it down, go through it today. I want to start off with that new image. This image was exclusive to Discord. Andy just snuck it right in there.
Wow.
He actually, it was like 2 weeks ago. He put it in there, about maybe a little bit longer now. Yeah. But it was only in the Discord. So if you weren't paying attention to Discord, you weren't going to see the image. It doesn't show much. It's just a look inside of the hitchhiker's bedroom. Oh, man, it's still cool. Yeah. It's still really cool. You see all the photos there that the hitchhiker has been taking. Really cool red lighting. Those photos, of course, were taken on Maria's camera. Very sad.
Very sad.
What was he doing before then, man? What was that corner before he stole that camera?
Right. What was his hobby before taking pictures?
Yeah, I don't know. Cutting himself, I guess.
I guess.
And not in a I don't know, depressed way. that was his fun.
He laughed.
Oh yeah, he had a good time. Yeah, it takes a lot to do something like that to yourself.
I can't.
Yeah, I will. That's what Franklin says. Some of those photos in the background there. This is also confirmed on Discord. Were actually some of the photos that Matt Shacha took while in Texas. Mm-hmm. That's fun. That'd be really cool to have your photos you took put in the game like that.
That's nice.
And they're hitchhikers photos. I mean, imagine a photo that you took being presented as a hitchhiker's photo. That's going to be pretty surreal.
Yeah.
I wonder how he feels. We need to get a word from Matt on that. But other than that, I mean, that's really about it. The lighting looks really good as always. And there is a prompt here. I wonder if there's going to be a collectible item in the game similar to Pamela tapes and Tommy tapes in TCM.
Like photos.
It makes the most sense if you can collect hitchhiker photos found on the maps.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, there could be one to find right there. Or grab all of them. How pissed would he be? That'd be such a cool way to like just trigger the fuck out of the hitchhiker. Just go in and grab all the photos. All right, put those down. Yeah. But yeah, there's the new image. It looks cool as always. But let's go into some details here. Environmental kills. This was asked about whether or not environmental kills will be in the tech test. Haven't heard word up on environmental kills up to this point. We've seen the animations with the weapons, but that's it. It's always been the same animations as well.
Right.
And I've already heard people saying it's going to get old. I assume there's more animations, things you can unlock similar to F13. But the question about environmental kills, Andy talked about, he said, great question. Really all depends if players can figure it out.
So yes.
The answer is yes. But it's obviously it's not like F13 where you simply grab a victim,
right.
You carry him over and you can see all the prompts everywhere. There's got to be a way to interact with your environment and do kills like that, but it's going to be something very specific, more like Easter egg driven. It feels more like How to Kill Jason type of thing versus,
right.
Just doing it like just part of the game. So yeah. That's interesting.
So I guess we're going to have to try to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's just on my mind. I was thinking that there wouldn't be any environmental kills unless it involved like hooking victims somehow.
Right.
Because you don't want to do that as hooking them and leaving them there to live like Dead by Daylight, just to avoid that conversation. You could use them to straight up kill though.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm curious, but gonna try to figure that one out right away because that's cool as hell. Okay, now the heart. God, how long have we been talking about this goddamn heart that you can find on the HUD? It changes colors. We assumed that it was probably something related to fear this whole time. Turns out that has nothing to do with it. The heart. Andy answered what the heart does. He says, think of the heart as an engine and think of health as a gas. The heart represents the state of your body and how much damage you can take. As most of you know, victims start matches in an injured state. The heart represents a time until victims succumb to their injuries. That's all I can share now, but as always, the game is still in development and visuals aren't final.
So it's kind of like a timer.
Yeah, and he actually answered a question after that basically said that it is a timer at the end of the day, that it is always going down whether you get hurt or not.
Right.
So once that heart is emptied out, you die.
That's a cool way to implement a game timer like that.
Yeah.
Where if you stand still and are never found, the game is still going to end.
Yeah. Which it makes, out of all these asymmetrical multiplayer games, that makes the most sense for this because you start injured because you were captured. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I get it. Still not sure how long that is though. How long will that heart go? And is there a way to make it longer, but with perks or something?
Right. I can't wait to get into a game and then just stand there and wait and time it for science.
I'm just gonna stand right here
for science.
Well, that's actually interesting though, because he didn't make it clear that if that heart is a team heart, or if that is a person-to-person heart.
That's true.
So I wonder if you could have a perk that extended that out and, you could survive longer in terms of time.
As a team.
Or as a team.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I wonder if it is individual, though.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, because then you just got to outlive your teammates. Well, I mean, either way, the heart will still go down, and then you die. So.
Right. Yeah, you don't escape the night like in Friday the 13th if you run out the time.
Right.
If the time runs out, you die.
You die. But I always thought that was the way it should be. Well, I guess no, because even like on F-13, like dude, you're still in Crystal Lake. Jason's still there. Just because you ran for 20 minutes doesn't mean you got out.
The sun comes up and he has to go back to the shack.
Get
yelled at by mom.
Yeah, I guess so. Because especially in this game, you're still at the slaughterhouse. Like you're still in there with them. It doesn't matter how much time you took to hide in their basement.
Right. Is there like an ending cutscene for when your heart finally gives out?
Oh, you just fucking lay down. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that has to be handled kind of carefully. You don't want that to be funny, but it seems funny in my head. Yeah, it's like, oh, that's it. Heart attack, dead.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay, this next point here, this one's about cosmetics. Of course, there were going to be cosmetics, but Andy just said, I'm personally in love with the alternate cosmetic options for victims. Not sure if they'll be in the tech test, but looking forward to seeing the community thoughts. I only really want to put that in there. One, not sure if it'll be cosmetics and tech tests, and he likes them.
Yeah,
he likes them. I like cosmetics. None of them have been seen yet, other than the base cosmetics. So it's cool to have a little bit of excitement knowing that they're going to be pretty cool.
Right. No swimsuits, no Halloween costumes. It's going to fit the tone of the game.
Yeah, they've made that pretty clear. So don't expect some dumb shit. Don't even ask.
It's not coming.
Yeah, it doesn't. TCM is something that has to be kind of handled with a little bit more care. I think in the future, if they start sneaking into sequels and stuff, you have a little bit more wiggling room because of how crazy people like Chop Top are and whatnot. How crazy those movies got. Especially, let's get Matthew McConaughey in this game. Come on. God, that'd be so cool. But yeah, you might have a little bit more wiggling room if you start kind of expanding out to those types of maps and whatnot.
Right.
But you're never going to get straight up Halloween costumes and swimsuits.
No.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about items in the game. Some of this stuff obviously we already knew about, but this kind of clarifies some things. So there are toolboxes and bone scrap piles scattered across the map, and they're an endless resource. Yes, retrieving said item isn't instant, as there's a mini game with a sound meter to obtain them. We already knew about that. I don't know if we really talked about the bone scrap piles in the past, but yeah, you instead of just toolboxes, they're also just bone scrap piles that you can grab a bone scrap from.
Right.
But both make noise and they have a small mini game, so it takes time as well. It's not instantaneous. It's the same looting in Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then there's multiple toolbox bone scraps each map. Okay, and then health bottles. Health item bottles are just individual items. Those are scattered across the map as well.
And we saw those in some of the gameplay that we seen.
And that one screenshot from
and in the screenshot.
How to Escape.
Yep.
Yeah. And last but not least here, when it comes to those items, victims have 2 slots for items. It can be any combination of bone scraps, unlocked tools, or health items. They can hold 2 of one item if they choose to do so. Toolbox and Bone Scraps do have an endless inventory to retrieve these items, but as Keller mentioned, it does take some time to collect them, as there's a minigame with a noise meter. Also, certain victims can collect items faster and make less noise.
Okay.
And I imagine that could be evolved with perks as well.
Yes.
Collect even faster, do it even quieter, maybe even have more than 2 items.
Right.
Hasn't been confirmed yet, but that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what other kind of perks to do. This is something that's actually really weird to me that we still haven't talked about metagame.
Right.
And I don't think we're going to be talking about metagame. It's going to be like go in and figure it out in the tech test and see how you do, which I actually think they're doing it on purpose now. I think what they're doing is testing how difficult it is to come in as a beginner. I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
So we want you to come in blind because it's on Game Pass, right? So you just randomly downloaded the game for free on Game Pass, and you're going in blind. How quickly will you be able to figure out the metagame and jump in and be successful amongst quote-unquote experienced players?
Right. Do you have to hop onto YouTube and look up best build, best strategy, stuff like that?
Yeah, it's there's always going to be a meta. There's always going to be things to figure out, but you still want it to be something like easy to play, hard to master.
Right.
And like Rocket League, for example, right? Anyone can jump in and understand how to play that game, but it takes a lot of time and patience to become an expert at it. So I think that's what they're testing a little bit here. They're fucking with us. They're using us for our intellect, or lack thereof.
We're going to develop new metas, and they're going to take them and be like, yeah, we thought of that already.
That's actually something that can be a little bit tough about a beta. You get really good at a beta or a tech test, but it doesn't really matter. You get really good at it, you figure out what works for you, and then they might just remove all that shit by the time the game comes out. You're like, oh man, my metas. But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of part of the gig. Metas are being adjusted all the time. Look at Dead by Daylight. Look at those perk changes. They just keep on happening.
Yeah.
Hey, that's it for this video, really. That's just a quick update there. And like I said, that new screenshot. We're just holding time. We're just holding ourselves over before the tech test. Only a couple more days now.
I'm so excited.
Well, if we get
Hopefully
it.
we can get it in.
Yeah, I know. I try not to get my hopes up just in case, but just, hey, come on. It's right there. So anyone else that gets, if you do get in, you don't want to play, you're out of town, I'll take your Steam sign in, I'll get in there.
Change the password, change it back after.
I swear I'm an honest man. I'm a good man. Alright, that's going to wrap this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more updates like this one. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.